Hey everybody, it's Mama. Welcome back to Mama's Odi Tarot. Hope you guys are doing well today. We are doing a reading on Alessia Cara for the Industry Plant series. Yes, so we are going to see about Alessia Cara. I really like those first couple of songs and projects that she did, and she hasn't put out anything since 2018. So I wanted to see, like, what was up with that? She ain't putting nothing out since that project in 2018. I can't think. What is it? Is it called Summer? Something about summer. But let's just jump right into it. I, of course, pulled some different cards so that way we don't get sidetracked and we can stay focused on the reading. Let me know, how you feel about Alessia Cara, whether you enjoy her music. I know a lot of people say she's a plant, so I was like, hey, let's look into it. But let me know how you feel about her in the comments and whether or not you like her music or anything that she's done in the past and are looking forward to her putting out new music. Because I know, shoot, I am. But let's jump right into it. Is she an industry plant? Okay, you guys, yes, she is. Okay, she's definitely a plant because we've got 5 yes cards here. We have taking flight, true north node, the best medicine, feeling out of sync. I mean, not feel, you have the answers, and insight and wisdom guide you. So yes, for sure, she made the choice to do this. She thought that it would be a great idea for her to open up new possibilities for her, to get her this huge career. She had been burning through money and poor investment and broke. She had been spending so much time, energy, and effort into her music career, and it was not working. Doing it the typical way of trying to just get picked or randomly seen. So she definitely had this orchestrated for her. So we'll have to see how this exactly went down and how this happened, because I did ask how she became Alessia Cara, so we will see. But with this feeling out of sync, not compatible with you, being the only other no card here, it's pretty much telling me that things are not working out so good. With this feeling out of sync, she's starting to realize that that's not really the route that she wanted to take. And I think that she kind of bit off more than she could chew with this. And she's realizing that it's maybe possibly too much energy and too much work being an industry plant. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully she doesn't have a dark deal, though, because, I went ahead and asked next, does she have a dark deal with the powers that be? Really? So it feels like she was told to do this. That's what this is giving me. And that's pretty much why her career dried up, is when they pretty much approached her with this cracks in your facade, unsupported, drying up, grinding your gears, working too hard on it, and barrier too strong, access denied. They basically was like, you're at the point where you're falling out of the wayside. People are not really loving you. This is really the next step for you to advance in your career and not be left in the past and known as a one-hit wonder. It's time for you to, make a splash, deep dive into this. And she was like, no. With this, your eyes are fully open, seeing what's possible. She saw where that would take her. And with this grinding your gears, working too hard on it, she was like, hell no, this will be stressful. This is already, like I said, it's already too much work. Like, she felt like she was overworking herself at this point, and it was becoming exhausting and tiring. And she didn't want to do it. And she definitely didn't want her finances being controlled, because I do see the Queen of Pentacles on the top of this deck. So she didn't want anything about her image being controlled with this lover. She didn't want to make that choice because she knew that would be disaster for her, with the Judgment coming out right behind that. So Queen of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Judgment card, they introduced her into everything, and they let her know, like, this would be a great idea for you. But she saw the darker side of things. She knew about the, the rituals, the things, all of that stuff. And she pretty much saw too much, right? With her eyes being fully open. And she was like, oh no, this is not what I want for myself. I'd rather stay away from that. That would be dangerous, and that would be a risky decision for me to make for my life. So Alessia Cara chose not to have a dark deal, but they were pressuring her to do this, is what I'm getting from this cracks in your facade, unsupported. And she said no. And so they were like, all right, well then, don't expect to have a huge career then. And she pretty much was like, all right, I'm good. I'll just have to be okay. With this Five of Cups coming out upright and the Page of Cups, she immediately started looking for new opportunities and new ideas for her to live her life. She did not sit up crying over any spilled milk. She was like, I'm going to put that in the graveyard, put that to rest, and move forward with my life and start over if I have to, because I will not be zombifying myself and eating no brains but y'all. Okay? Pretty much. So yeah, with this Page of Cups, we got I didn't even see this, the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups coming out right behind that. So they pretty much left her out in the cold. All right, they left her out in the cold. Because none of my cards are, I have all my cards up right now. So I'm just going off of the energy regardless, because I'm not, doing the whole, reversals and all that. I haven't really been doing that lately. But what I'm picking up from this is that she got left out in the cold. They was like, you're going to have to find some new sort of way to make your money. See how this woman is kind of rising from the ashes, rising from the ground. So she had to start over. And that's pretty much what she's in the process of doing right now. And with that, I feel like she's much happier with this Ten of Cups. She's definitely much happier since she's just been relaxing and enjoying herself and not really being controlled or told what to do. And although with the Six of Cups, she has a lot of memories and she was excited and happy to be a celebrity and have that career, she's not that pressed about it to where she would want to do all of those things that they wanted her to do. She's okay just being comfortable not having a huge career, if that means that she don't have to do anything dark. So that's what we have. Let's go ahead and continue on. How did Alessia Cara become Alessia Cara? Immediately, we already know what's going on here because we had the courtship. So it's already saying that she had to align with being a industry plant in order to get this. Yeah, so we have courtship and adjudication. So like I said, she felt like she needed to be this star. She didn't have it. It wasn't coming easily. And this is how she got that fairness, right? This is how she got for things to go in her favor with this courtship and adjudication. They let her know that they was going to make her a main female. All of her pathways was going to be open. She was going to be this star. She was going to be in the spotlight. She was going to get everything it is that she was looking for by them pretty much controlling her image, telling her how to behave, telling her how to dress, but to wear everything of that sort. So, yeah, with this Disney Horizon, concerned, privileged lady, and lovers, that's it. Her whole image was controlled. She was always having to follow others' rules with this concern. It makes me feel like, she not only had to do what it is that they said, put out the type of music that they said, she had to, collaborate with who they told her to collaborate with. Like, it was all this micromanaging is what I'm getting from this. It's just a bunch of micromanagement and always hovering over her and watching over her when it comes to her career and her, moving forward and becoming this privileged lady, this star, becoming Alessia Cara and getting the love and the support and the fame and the success and the accolades and everything that she was looking for. So, yeah, there's a lot of just being micromanaged and always having to, work. Never really getting a moment to just chill out and hang out and be yourself. No, you're just always working and doing what it is that you're told in order to get that unexpected income. To get that money, you got to do what they say. Okay, so let's go ahead and see about what were some of her early career struggles. We have fire elemental, heart chakra, sacral chakra, and gratitude. So some of her early career struggles was, like I said, being grateful because she felt like she was always being controlled. She was always having to go, never really having time to just be at peace. See how this woman is just kind of in the woods, and she just kind of has her arms up and she's showing that gratitude to the heavens and she's connecting with nature. She's connecting with the divine. She never really got that alone time, that safe space to really be with herself and do the things that she needed to do. She was always on the go and working. So overwhelmed, overworking, and not really able to show up for her friends, her family, because it says, I'm grateful for everyone and everything in my life and the blessings each brings. So she never really got time to show gratitude and happiness for what it is that she was receiving. She never got to enjoy the fruits of her labor at the time, like really go out, go on a vacation, take herself out to a nice dinner. She never really got to do those things. With this fire elemental, this is also telling me that she had to dim her own light because, of course, they had her wearing the image. That's what happens when you're an industry plant. You have to be who it is that they say you need to be, follow whatever model they're giving you for behavior and for your look and everything, so that way people like you and enjoy your music and all that stuff. So she never really got to ignite her own fire and really put out the music she wanted to put out and have creative control over her own image and her music career. We also have sacral chakra. So she never really got to truly feel comfortable in her own body, I feel like, and make her own choices. She was always being controlled, having to be around people that I think she possibly didn't want to be around, with this heart chakra as well, where it's like you've always got to put on the image that you're happy, you're in pure bliss, you're good, everything's good. Just always having to be positive and happy-go-lucky and loving when you might not, and caring when you might not even feel that way. Like, just like if someone rubs you the wrong way, just having to smile and put on that face of like, yeah, everything's cool, and then go home and be like, well, I really didn't appreciate how this person, rubbed up against me, or how they touched me, or whatever the feeling may have been. But it just feels like always having to be in other people's energy, be around other people, deal with their sensitivities, their emotions. It's just a lot of having to, her feelings and other people's feelings being intertwined, and to the point where it was overstimulating her. Thank you. That was the word that I was trying to get to. She was overstimulated by her environment, by the people she was around, by the things she had to do, and by the choices she had to make. All right. So that is what I have as far as her early career struggles, early personal struggles. Root chakra, integration, Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Michael. Oh boy, this is bad. So early career struggles, staying protected. Archangel Michael was all about that protection. There was a lot of dark energy, a lot of dark forces, making sure that she, stayed protected from those darker energies and darker forces was definitely hard, and was a early career struggle for her. We also have Archangel Gabriel. So she dealt with a lack of self-confidence and belief in, her own truth, and believing that she could actually make her career a reality. I think that she was dealing with, unreasonable circumstances. I don't know why I keep saying, but y'all know I always do that. Anyways, she was dealing with unreasonable circumstances, unmanageable expectations as far as what she was supposed to do with her career and how she was supposed to perform and produce as far as the music. So this was affecting her personal life, to where she was lacking in that self-confidence. She was lacking in that self-belief. She was always questioning herself, always wondering, was she making the right decision? She didn't really trust in her own inner creativity, her own inner self. She didn't really believe in herself. Okay, we also have integration. So it was, like I said, it was hard for her to be alone. So she wasn't able to really integrate mind, body, and soul. She wasn't getting that stability, that peace, that meditative state that she needed to really uplift her spirits. So I think that she was dealing with a lot of irregulated emotions. She was out of whack. She was out of balance. Like, her emotions were just all over the place and out of control, because she wasn't able to really get that safe space and that peace to really align herself. So she was always all over the place, never really in alignment. Further emphasized by the root chakra, where she was always in this survival mode. It says, I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. So she didn't feel comfortable in her body. She didn't feel rooted and planted, grounded. And also her root chakra was out of balance. Her third eye chakra was out of balance. Her solar plexus chakra was out of balance. She had all these different chakras that was out of whack, that was causing her to not feel comfortable in her body, not feel, I don't even imagine how somebody could really sleep. Like, you're just always on the go. You're not getting the proper rest you need. You're never feeling stable and comfortable. Barely, at home, just always on the go and moving. So you never feel stable and comfortable. And then with the root chakra, like I said, it was about her being in survival mode. So never feeling secure in her money, never feeling secure in her finances, and feeling like, at any moment, her money could be taken away, her position could be taken away, just always trying to climb that ladder and be at the top. So I could see how that could cause a lot of mental turmoil and frustration for her on the day-to-day. Confirmation, yeah, she was going through a lot. Let's continue, because I pulled a couple spreads here. So the first spread was just her career, of course. Currently, like, what's the current energy surrounding her music career? So let's see. All of these cards came out in reverse, which I thought was interesting, because I noticed that I accidentally had the deck upside down when I pulled these, but it was on purpose because they wanted them to come out in reverse. So that's fine. The very first question I asked was the current energy, of course, surrounding her music career. I keep wanting to say, talk like Glorilla Music. Something must be going on with Glow. I gotta do a reading on her soon. Because I did that yesterday as well. But anyways, current energy surrounding her music career, 5 of Swords in reverse. Oof, like I said, there's a lot of energy of competition, anger, arguments, fights, because she wants to really focus on her peace. She's not interested in making any new music. She's not interested in having her peace disturbed. She's not interested in really doing anything that's going to cause her to go down a dark road. She's not trying to go down that dark path. So this is causing a lot of confusion and arguments between the label, because I'm sure that she still has an obligation. That's what it feels like for music. So let me just ask really quick: is she still in an obligation or like in a contract where she's supposed to be putting out more music? Yes. Beauty and growth surrounds you, cherish it, and wisdom supports you. Roots go deep. That came out already, and that's coming out again. So what this is telling me is that she's being smart. Keeps going back to the wisdom and her being smart and her not wanting to do this, but them saying that she's already industry client, you've already signed a deal, you're already doing this, so you have to fulfill this contract right out. Like she's still almost like a baby, she hasn't fulfilled everything when it comes to her contract. I don't know how many more albums it is that she would have to do or have to make in order to really be out of this, but I am seeing that she's still in this right now. So I think that they're actually encouraging her she needs to do this now. They're waiting for her to put out some more music very soon because she's still obligated to do so. So that's what I'm seeing as far as the current energy. Next, we have what's helping or supporting her progress right now. Nothing. Nothing is helping support. We got the 9 of Cups in reverse. Nothing is really helping her support or progress right now because she's trying to be at peace. She's trying to put this to rest. She's not trying to do this. She's trying to protect herself. So really the only thing that's protecting her is the fact that she's smart, right? The mental clarity that she has to not go down this road because she's so tired of all of the stress and the imbalance that she was dealing with when she was being an industry plant and having a music career. She's completely over it and she's not going to do this. So there's nothing really supporting her progressing in her music career. The only thing that she's being supported with right now is being at peace, being at rest, enjoying her life, like doing what makes her truly happy. Not going back down this road again. Next, I asked any obstacles or challenges she's facing. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You see how this person's money and car is chained? The fact that she's not willing to move forward and continue to allow herself to be chained down, to have her money controlled, to have her life controlled, to be this industry plan, have her image controlled. That is the main concern and challenge and obstacle that she's faced right now, is that these men, these people that she's worked with, these money hungry, music industry executives and people want to continue to exploit her and have her be an industry plant, and she does not want to do this, and this is causing a huge obstacle for her right now because unfortunately her finances are still tied down to these people. What she needs to embrace or let go of to move forward, the moon in reverse. They're basically saying that in order to move forward, there's certain illusions, there's certain things that will have to come to light, right? There's a lot of things happening behind closed doors that she would have to speak up about, that she would have to explain that she's being taken advantage of financially, in terms of the deal that she has, the contract that she's in, that they're trying to get her to do this dark deal. She would have to come out and speak out about this, and if she don't, then unfortunately they're going to continue to try to strong arm her into putting this music out, regardless of whether she wants to or not. Because the future direction of the next phase of her career, we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. She's going to continue to focus on self-care. She's going to continue to strong arm. She's going to continue to be strong armed by these people, and she's going to continue to reject it. So they're deadlocked right now. They're in a situation where no one is getting what they want because she's not doing the music, and they're not letting her out of the deal. This is what she's going through. She wants to be let out of this deal, but she's not being let out. But at the same time, she's not putting out music. So it's causing a lot of arguments and fights. And she's going through things behind closed doors that we don't know about. There's a lot happening under the surface with this moon coming out here. In terms of the way that they want to control her finances. You see how this woman this man or whatever is having to mow this lawn, and then the meat is being dangled in front of him. So this is all about her being financially controlled and manipulated and exploited, and her not being willing to allow that to happen any longer. All right, so that's her current career spread. Let's continue on to next. I asked about like the future trajectory, what steps she might actually take when it comes to her music career. Interesting. All right, so the first card is her current relationship to her music career. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. So she's being watched. She's being, with this hunted down, to do this. Or just really, look at Wise One coming on here. Dang, let me not get sidetracked. But they're really trying to keep an eye on her and get her to pretty much do this. They're trying, with this track down your fears and desires, they're trying to get her to buckle down and do this, even though they know that she's afraid. They're trying to see what it is that they can use to attack her, what they can use to spook her, to get her to to strong arm her into doing what it is that they say. That's what they're doing right now. And how she feels about that is she's trying to continue to be smart. All right, because we got the wise one out here with the energy of, the future of her music career. We have the wise one. So they're saying that she's going to be smart. She's going to continue to grow when it comes to the situation that she's in right now. If she makes any music, you guys, because I just heard this as my stomach started to, my stomach is kind of starving. If she makes any music, it is going to be very creative. She's being really smart. I'm thinking of what's his name? I'm thinking of Frank Ocean right now. She's trying to be smart and come up with a creative way where she can get some other sort of deal where she could go in a different direction where she can get out of this. She's still trying to get out of this deal. She doesn't want to just simply give in and do what they say. She's really actively trying to fight back and be smart when it comes to the situation right now and listen to whatever guidance her ancestors and her guides and, just her higher self is giving her to make the right choices when it comes to the decision. All right. Next, I asked what influences are shaping, her music career right now. We have Broken Arrow. She's embracing the energy of peace. She is severing ties. She is not willing to be an industry plant and be manipulated and exploited. That's it. That's the simple thing, that she has broken those ties with whoever she was working with when it comes to her music career. Next, I said potential challenges or conflicts that might come along as she moves ahead. We have the sun. So they're saying there's none. That she can enjoy her life, that her happiness and her success is guaranteed, that she will not, she will overcome any obstacles and challenges, that there may be people that might try to damage her success and her happiness, but she will overcome that because she's going to continue to be wise and make smart decisions. So it's going to work out in her favor. I next asked, how will she overcome these challenges or evolve through them? We got Direction Guardian. So she's going to find her true path. She's going to align to where it is that she truly belongs. She's going to figure out the right direction to go and the right path to go down, and she will stand firm in it and she will go down. You see how you have this lion here, you got this this bird here, and then you have this ram here. So she's going to be being real smart and not making it. She's going to be stubborn, strong-willed, smart-minded, and she's going to make the right decision. And she has all the tools and all the ancestral guidance and, possibly even nature. She connects with nature and animals in a certain way, and so she's going to be using all of that to make the right decision and know that she's going to be all right when it comes to her music career, and she will eventually be able to bring us some music is what I'm seeing. She just has to see which direction she's going to take it to get herself out of the situation. So we've got to just bear with her and give her time to figure this out. I next asked the potential public or fan reception of her next phase. It says, trust your talents and change your time. Spirit Fox. A lot of people are going to love it. They're going to support her. They know that they're going to trust her and believe in her. Okay, they understand, if she goes independent, this is what this is giving me, that she's going to be putting things out on her own, that she will receive the support from the people who truly love her music, people like me, despite her being an industry plant. Because you can be an industry plant and still make good music and still be a good singer, regardless. And like we said, she don't have no dark deal. She's staying away from this. So I'm encouraging her and I'm supporting her and championing her in this new direction that she's going to be moving in with this traveler here. Because obviously the final outcome is that she's going to be moving in a different direction, talking about the music that she wants to talk about. If she does make any music, but let's see if, this moving in a new direction has anything to do with her doing something different. Is she going to be doing anything different here with this, currently with her moving in this new direction? I do see the Two of Wands. So, yeah, she's going to be moving forward in a total new direction. This is further emphasizing that she's looking at the bigger picture. She's making plans for something new, possibly going to a new market, expanding, moving abroad. What else? She's thinking about expanding because she's definitely trying to expand. The Empress, focusing on, this is giving motherhood. Yeah, like listen, she's not trying to be around these devilish people. Oh boy, this is giving spiritual wisdom. This woman is very, very in tune. Okay, she is definitely tapped in spiritually with this devil coming out sideways, wanting to come out in reverse here. She's entering a total new phase where she's not going to be letting any of those toxic things hold her back. But with this magician, it's telling me that she's going to be coming up with a real creative way to take these people down and to have this work in her favor. Like, she's real smart. She's in a very fertile, creative, abundant time right now in her life. Very abundant. She's got all kind of ideas of how she's going to make this work for her. I'm telling you, she's going to be victorious with the strength coming out here. She's going to come out strong, and I'm seeing her. It's so odd. It's like she wants to have a family. She wants to move forward into a new phase of her life as well. Have children, expand. But I am seeing that she's going to continue to advocate. So it's sort of like an Alyson Stoner, where she's going to be out here advocating for, knowing what's going on in the industry, not making toxic decisions or bad choices, being smart when it comes to your career and things like that. So she's kind of going on an Alyson Stoner kind of trajectory, where she's going to be talking about, what it's like really in the industry, and making sure that she is like a mentor. That's what I'm getting from this Empress, like a mentor to new girls and younger girls that come up in the industry. So she might be starting her own label, or like starting some sort of media, agency, creative agency, where she manages the talent, and she promotes, like, just being strong and being strong-willed and smart when it comes to the industry, and making sure that you don't allow yourself to go down a dark path. So yeah, I see her really working on making sure that she leads the way for other artists that are, coming into the industry that want to make music, and making sure that they make the right decisions, just like how Alyson Stoner is. By speaking up and talking about, some of the darker things that she suffered and some of the things that she's went through, the way that people have tried to manipulate her, strong arm her, exploit her, she's definitely going to be using that to be a mentor and be an advocate for proper decision making, and keeping your head screwed on straight, and being strong, and being in creative control of your own music career. All right, so that is what I am seeing for her. Let's continue. I did one last spread about any creative blockages that she might be dealing with at this time, which we already know she's dealing with blockages due to her we know she's dealing with blockages due to her label and the people that she's working with. But let's see if she's dealing with any, like, inspiration or creative blockages. Interesting. Nothing except for these people. All of this bad decision making that they want her to make overall is what it's saying here. But let's go with the questions that I asked. What's currently blocking her creative flow? Like I said, with the Tower, all of the drama, all of the chaos that they're trying to create for her, because they want her doing what it is, this family, this bloodline, that want her to attach to the darkness, that want her to keep being in industry playing, do all these darker things that she don't want to do. That's the main drama and chaos when it comes to her music career right now. How she can break through this blockage with the world is to pretty much blow it all up, set it on fire. Don't do it. Destroy it. Don't do none of it. Don't allow herself to be taken advantage of. Speak about it if she want to. Come out and really set this. Let's get it started. It's really time for her to set some ish on fire, okay? Blow it up. Blow the whole world up from inside out, and speak up and talk about this. Take some legal action here. All right. What sorts of inspiration can she tap into? The Queen of Wands. She's got to be her most cutthroat, fiery, witchy self. All right. We know the Queen of Wands is the one who don't play with. She got to activate the dark side. She's got to get into her deepest Pele energy and really light her fire and speak up. She can't care about the consequences right now. This is one of those things where sometimes you have to cut corners. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. This is what Ancestors is saying. She needs to do what she got to do to make this happen. Even if she's got to cut corners, however she got to make this work out in her favor. They're encouraging her to do it, because she's working against some dark forces here. So they're not saying for her to, match her energy in terms of doing something dark, but they are saying to match their passion. She needs to be passionate and strong and fiery and go after this and not be afraid. She cannot back down. She's got to really be bold and just go ahead and do this. And even if it means putting out music under a separate name, they're saying, and just whatever she want to do, she got to be bold and just do it without the say so of the label. She's just got to do what she want to do. Be her true, authentic self. Shine. Okay, and then what's hidden in her subconscious that might that can help fuel her creativity? What's hidden in her subconscious is this Ten of Swords, is that she knows ultimately that she's smart, she's wise, and with this Ten of Swords, that she can wear her heart on her sleeve and be her most true, authentic self, and people are gonna love it. They're not just gonna like it, they're gonna love it. Hidden in her subconscious, she knows that she has what it takes. Yeah, in the beginning, she didn't believe. She had a lot of doubts, but she's realizing now that everything that she was looking for was always within her. With this Ten of Swords. The answer was always her this whole time. The Lauryn Hill, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill vibes. She's going through that dark night of the soul. She's went through it, and she's realizing that she told herself a bunch of lies. And she always had it within her to make this real. She never had to be no industry plant. And now she's ready to bear her heart on her chest. She don't care. She's like, listen, I've been through so many things now. That's what's hitting her subconscious, that there's got to be a reason why. It can't be for no reason. There has to be a reason why I've been through all these things, and so that I could be a role model, so that I could be an example, so that I could speak out, so that people don't make these same mistakes that I made. And that they truly believe in themselves and take the long road. I always say you can't take the elevator to success. You got to take steps. But when you're taking steps, you can skip steps, though, right? Depending on how much speed and agility you have, how much skill you got, stamina. So what they're saying is that she always had the stamina and agility and strength and passion to make her career a reality. She didn't believe that before, but now that she does, and she's been through all of these certain things, it's time for her to come out and speak up. Tap into that inner subconscious that's telling her that everything she's been through was not for no reason. It was for a reason, so that it was part of her testimony. Oh my God, she just needs to come out and get y'all this. Oh my God, that is the energy behind this whole reading. She needs to. Marvin Sapp, my testimony, y'all. That just hit me so hard that I even had to take a pause, because this is all about her just coming out and giving her testimony. And then it says the role. I asked what's the role of her past work or creative experiences. Like, what is that role playing in her future music career? We have the Page of Wands. So what role that is playing is that she's, had to deal with people trying to manipulate her, abuse her, take advantage of her, do dark things to her with this Page of Wands. All right. And now she's smarter, and she sees that there's these new babies, these new fresh little babies, like I said, coming up in the scene, just fresh and bushy-eyed, and they believe, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I said bushy-eyed, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and they really believe that they can have this, and she wants to be that example for them, to warn them and let them know what's going on. So that's the role that all of her past experiences is playing, is that it's helping her to be a role model for other people in the future, to guide the new upcoming artists and the youth. All she's got to do is believe in her abilities and start doing it and calling these things out with this Ace of Wands. So the outcome is that she's going to be inspiring a whole new creative thought process when it comes to a new generation of artists. That's what she's going to be doing, because I asked what's the outcome. She's going to be inspiring a whole new generation of musicians and artists to stand in their own creative personal power, do the music that makes them happy. Don't allow themselves to be controlled. Do what makes you happy. You could do it independent. You don't need no label. So her, Alessia Cara, all of the, there's a couple of them that's going to be coming out and really letting it be known that you don't have to align yourself with anything dark, and you don't have to be an industry plant. You don't have to be false. You don't have to wear an image or pretend in order to have stardom, in order to have faith, because those things are only leading you down to an even darker road, where you're going to be controlled, where you're going to be taken advantage of, and where you're going to feel like your whole world and life has been turned upside down. So that's how this is going to be playing out in her future. That's pretty much what I have for Alessia Cara. Let's just get some quick future predictions for her personal life. Since we already know what's going on with her career, let's see about her personal life. Future predictions. Anything that we can know about Alessia Cara's personal life. Future predictions. We have the present. So she's really, listen, she's going to be speaking about the things that she's been through. She's going to be standing in her personal power and talking about it all. And with the present, we're going to be getting new music from her soon. Even though I asked about her personal life, I feel like we still going to be getting new music soon. She just got to, right now she's focusing on her own personal life and doing what she needs to get done. Whoa. Too many cards just flew out there. But it says, find your bliss, coming out in reverse. So it's one of those things where she's focusing on doing what makes her happy right now. She's focusing on resting, finding her sacred space, focusing on, here we go again about wisdom. Every deck is talking about her being smart and being wise and not making any dumb decisions. So we won't be seeing any music from her until she's figured out how she's going to make that a reality. Until she figures out how she's going to go in a new direction and do this, she's going to be focusing on experiencing her life in the present and I'm living my best life. I always say that, but that's what she's going to be focusing on, living her best life. Anything else as far as, Alessia Cara, future predictions? Boy, release the old and rest. She's at rest right now. They don't want to talk about nothing right now except for her resting. Yeah, she's setting her sights on higher things. I'm telling you, I really see her starting a nonprofit label, something where these women and these young artists that are coming out in the industry can have somebody, an agency where they can have proper guidance. I did not say she needs to just unleash. Look at this, she-wolf. That's what's coming in her future. She's going to be unleashing that wild within her. She's going to be telling her truth. She's going to be speaking up and letting people know that they are not alone. She is going to be the light. Yeah, I just can't make it up. I'm just go ahead and leave it out here because it's pretty much repeating everything that I said. I wish y'all would just trust me and believe it when I say it, because the card's gonna keep letting it be known. But yeah, she's really focusing on being a light. You know, she's setting her sights higher. It's not just about being a musician anymore. It's about being a guiding light. Okay, being that guiding light for these new artists and letting them know that they're not alone and they have protection, and that she'll be there for them, and that they're gonna be okay and they can unleash their own creative freedom and do it their own way. All right, guys, I almost forgot two more spreads that I had pulled really quick. I asked why isn't she making music? And I mean, we already know, but just to have it here, it says Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded, star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul, and fire guardian, ignite your passion. So it wasn't making her happy, it wasn't making her passionate anymore. She wanted to follow the voice of her soul, and that was telling her to be smart, stay grounded, don't make any bad decisions. And so she knew that she had to stay away from any kind of drama and chaos, and she wasn't getting the happiness and the passion. So I went ahead and asked, what is she actually focused on right now? Change, toilet labor, sudden wealth, mature woman, occupation, thief, despair, and thoughts. Like I said, and it's crazy because I never even turned these cards over, and it says it. What she's working on right now is showing people, right now that she's grown and she's matured and she's changed and she don't want to work on being a plant anymore. She's now working on showing people how they can stay away from having their light stolen and having their gifts creatively siphoned off of, and they can stop ending up in situations that put them in despair by being an industry plant. So she's really focusing on seeing how she can get herself, like I said, out of this deal, and also find a way to help other people that might end up in these type of situations where they think they hit the jackpot, but ultimately they get in despair. So it's exactly what I said. All right, so that's what I have as far as Alessia Cara. Let me know how you guys feel about it. I think this is very, very interesting because, like I said, everybody has their own personal story. Just because you a plant doesn't mean it works out well. Doesn't mean you want to do it. Like, things change, life changes. You know, you might have did something thinking that it was going to be a good idea because you was desperate, and then you realize, like Alessia Cara did, that you never needed that at all. So I'm sure some people can relate to her story. All right, so let me know in the comments how you feel about it. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know who else you want to see me do for the industry plant series, please, you guys. I feel like this is my least interacted with but most favorite and enjoyable readings to do. So let me know who else you want to see me do in this series. All right, and I will see you guys later. Love you.